What's going on, guys? We are back with another episode of the 2 Minute Drill. Today we have our first and very special guest Rischad Whitfield. He is a trainer and he works out wide receivers, defensive back, and basically every position you can name in the book. How's it going, man?
Pretty good, man. How are y'all?
I'm good. So, got a few questions for you, of course. Number one, how's the training been going on this year with COVID-19? I mean, you've got extra time to work with wide receivers and defensive backs.
Yeah, it's been going extra busy, man. Ever since March, I've been busy with the guys from my draft. You know, I got some guys I've been working with since high school, like CeeDee Lamb and Courtney Davis and Shaywell Lanalua and Caleb Von Tyson. So, you know, working with them guys, got Harrison Hand and Graylin Arnold. So I've been busy in March. I usually don't work with my pro guys till like maybe beginning of May, but since the COVID, everybody's came in early. Yep. So this has been a really hectic. It's been busy for me because they can't go to the training facilities, man. So I've been working with Dave Montgomery came back in town. He just left to go back to Chicago. We've been working out 4 years now. Jay McKinnon went back to San Fran. So I mean, all my boys Miko Hardman went back to KC. So they're all headed back to their cities now, just kind of work out there until it's time for them to.
All right, coming from I have a question. Coming from Houston and all that, right? I gotta know: is there an inner motivation and an outer motivation? Like, what drives you? I want to know because you seem to work very hard. I know you did the 3 golden rules. You said laser focused, show urgency, finish strong. So like, it takes a powerful and strong-minded individual to achieve things like that.
I don't know. I tell people all the time. Like Richard Sherman said, it was a gift. He's like, dude, you're just gifted because you're always high energy. I've been watching you for years. The things you come up with are like, it's functional and applicable to the game. But there's nothing better is like, you see somebody you've been working with all offseason and that they did okay the season before, or even if they did good, and you just watch it just take off the next season. You know, when I watch football, I watch a lot of movement. Like a lot of people watch the big catches and the big runs. But I can watch, like, for instance, I trained Le'Veon for the last 5 years. That's my boy. Like, I can watch Le'Veon take outside. He'll take there's a stretch play to the outside. You might try to cut back. And if you don't get there in time before the hole closes, I can automatically see what happened. Probably step too wide. You know what I mean? His feet are outside his body frame, or his feet stop moving, or the angle he took. Like, it's just like his eyes weren't there, or the eyes were there, but his hips didn't follow. I mean, it's like I can just see it. It's just, the game is real slow to me, and just watching them, working those guys and watching them like on Sundays, it's just huge. Even my younger kids, high school kids, my college guys, I got a different outlook on football, man. It's just I love it. I'm real good at it, and I just see things differently. I'm really outside of the box, not real cookie cutter with things, but. Football is all about movement, man. And, I label myself as somebody who trains movement based on whatever position an athlete plays. So, in NFL, guys, it's a lot more quicker, it's a lot more demanding. And, I don't know, just stuff like that just kind of drives me. And I got a lot of big time dudes that depend on me too, man. But when I got them, I know exactly what to do. I know exactly what to work on. I know exactly what they need each and every session. So that's probably why I stay so busy. And that's probably why I train so many pro guys at different positions. You know what I mean? A lot of guys just focus on one thing. But, football play with your feet. So I'll take care of that part, man. Big guys like Danielle Hunter to little guys like smaller guys like Jarrett McKinnon and stuff like that, running back. So it's cool to work with.
So that leads me into my next question. Just a little background on us. We're a Patriots fan base. So we've seen recently this offseason that you started working out with N'Keal Harry. Yeah. And the report about N'Keal Harry was, first round draft pick, great hands, physical body. But the problem with him this past season was his footwork. And obviously right away, offseason ends, he probably hears those rumblings. So what does he do? He finds you. So can you tell us a little bit about N'Keal's progress and how he's been doing ever since?
That was the best thing that N'Keal, like I told N'Keal, we got to stop working on your things you're already good at. We know you can catch the ball. We know you're big. We know you're physical. All right, but you got a DB in front of you, bro. You can't bully these dudes. I trained I train like maybe 10 of the top DBs in the league. You're not going to let you bully them. Like, you got to move them with your feet and beat them with your hands. It's all about release separation. And he has to follow the mold of Sanu. Sanu is one of the best at it, y'all. And Sanu is big like him. You know, he was really heavy-footed. You know, he dropped a lot, got a little bit too wide at that point. So we've been working on straight release quickness, straight suddenness, straight foot speed. Because I know once we get that down, he has it down now, he'll be able to get even and then use his body. You know,
absolutely. So because the Sanu comparison, like you just brought up, because I know that Sanu linked actually was Sanu the one that helped or linked up Harry with you, because I know Sanu, like you said, is like legit. I would say top 3 best route runners in the game. I mean, Devontae Adams, Keenan Allen, Mohamed Sanu. I don't think there's any question about who has the best feet in the route runner in the game.
I like you a lot because I almost argued with Chris Sims his top 10. I'm like, dude, what in the world? Dude, Mike Thomas ain't like, I'm like, Mike Thomas is good. He's very good. But he gets a bunch of targets. So he's supposed to have, you know, I'm like, Mike Thomas is good, but he can't do all that stuff to Odell. I train Odell too. Odell, them dudes do crazy. Keenan, Odell, Slay, Sanu, like Devontae, they're just different. You know, and Sanu is always top 5 of mine, man. The dude, I'm telling you, different breed, man. Sanu release quickness, he's very tempo, just like he's just gliding. And his route running is unreal. And he's physical.
Especially with the workload that Sanu has done this year. I think I've been following Sanu since the Cincinnati days and a little bit of his Rutgers days, but I've never seen Mohamed Sanu train more in my entire life than he has this offseason. Ever since you come to New England, you know, that you get a little doubt because he didn't perform the way everyone wanted him to, but I think
hey, let me tell you something. New England, y'all going to the Super Bowl. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I think. Well, you already got a good coaching. Y'all got a good team, very good team. But the Cam Newton that I know now, dude, I'm telling y'all, dude, it's seek and destroy. Like the other backup kid, Stidham don't want no parts of Cam right now. I'm like, Cam is on. I'm telling you, Cam. I talked to Odell about it. Cam is like, if you watch him, he posting every workout. But Odell's like Rischad, and I've been watching what Cam's talking about. He is like coming for revenge on everybody. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly.
I think I've watched videos.
He knew he was getting with Cam. He knew it because Cam is not gonna play with people. They counted him out. He's already a physical freak, you know. But like now you got a Cam that's been working on mechanics, condition. Like he's back to loving football. Like it's gonna be tough for some teams.
Plus, you go with Brady leaving, and so now it's like, is it the Patriots versus the NFL? And you want to know what more motivation than Cam Newton? Like, they're all fired up. I agree with you with the New England Super Bowl pick. I think that's a good one.
I ain't not being biased. I was like, man, we already know what they can do with, you know, with the mediocre players. You know, Edelman's gonna be back. I talk to Edelman a lot. He sends me all sorts of gear to wear all the time. He sends me so much of his gear. I love it. Gloves, all that stuff. But y'all gonna be, you know, and Jacoby Myers coming back to help the team. Like y'all gonna be very good. And the coaching is so great. You just watching everybody work. And then you bring Brady the baddest, but you bring a Cam Newton who has something on his mind this year. You know, you don't have to worry about anybody hitting him. He's 6'5", 2 something. Like they already don't want them problems. You know, that's one thing about I always saw with like Cam. He's so big that too big for safeties to want to hit. Linebackers will tackle, but he usually got enough wiggle to get past them guys. But he's just been working. He's determined, and his mindset's just totally different now. So it's gonna be. They're gonna be a force. I don't think they'll backtrack at all.
I think Cam's leaned out too. I don't think Cam's been in this good a shape. Like one of the videos when I think it was the day that he went to the field with Sanu, and like he's leaned out so much, and it's just. And the Patriots have an offensive line. Like I know they lost their offensive line coach that's been there for like 20 years. But Cam probably has a better offensive line now in New England than he ever did in Carolina.
Oh, hell yeah. I was watching Christian McCaffrey when they played the Jaguars. Man, they gave him a lot of carries, so of course he broke loose, but they're getting some tackles for loss back there, man. It just wasn't no blocking. I mean, like he can get the ball, dude's already in his face. You know, so and Cam had time off to heal his body, get back recovered. I mean, you know, watch him throw the ball to Odell and all that, man. He's on point with it. You know, so they're working every day. throwing. You know, Quincy Avery is such a good QB coach, so I see him doing things with Quincy Avery. So y'all gonna be just fine. I have no worries about that. I think it's gonna be scary, actually.
I had one more. My other question I had for you was obviously we talked about some of the other NFL wide receivers. Which one have you seen the most improvement from that all the guys in the NFL that you've worked out this year? It doesn't matter position or anything.
Nikhil, because he needed the most work, so it's the biggest improvement. I've been working with Emmanuel for so long and all those guys, so when they come in town for the weeks they come in, it's more I can tune them up, touch them up, work on a few, Miko working on some releases. So I do a lot of releases and stuff. It's more fine tuning. But Nikhil, because he had the biggest, he needed the most work done, especially with footwork and understanding releases, how to work, and the reason why I work so much releases is I'm able to train so many receivers and so many DBs. So that goes hand in hand. So that helps me out with when I'm training DBs, it helps me out with receivers and vice versa. So that's another thing that's been helping him out, getting him understanding what he needs to do to get where he needs to get. But the kill is probably the biggest improvement. So I can't wait to watch him this year.
See, now that kind of makes sense to me on why Emmanuel Sanders is back in his prime. Because Emmanuel Sanders was really well Denver 2013, that stretch, but then all the injuries came up. But now it seems like Sanders is, when he went to San Francisco and now New Orleans, he's just right back in his prime. Footwork game is amazing, and he's just feel like Emmanuel Sanders is going to shock some people more than they expect this year for sure.
Oh yeah, the dude got a high motor, man. I'm talking about he doesn't get tired. High motor. He's working. He does a lot of. It's cool because David Robinson trains a bunch of receivers. He's in Dallas. He's one of my boys. So Emmanuel worked with me with footwork, short area quickness, all that stuff for releases, and then work with David Robinson with routes and catching and all that stuff, man. And he's just the hardest worker I've ever seen. And I told Deebo, I work with Deebo Samuels. I knew once Emmanuel went to San Fran that Deebo would instantly get better because Emmanuel bring a lot of knowledge to the game. He'll make Deebo a better person, a better player. So I was like, damn, he left the Niners. But I talked to Emmanuel. The Niners still wanted him, but he got more money with the Saints.
Yeah, I think he was between the Bills and I think it was the Bills, Niners, and Saints for Emmanuel. And I think he was just like, I can't see myself playing in Buffalo.
Yeah, I got a kid. Well, I got two of them, actually. Ed Oliver and Corey Thompson. They're in Buffalo. It's so cold. Nothing to do. I don't see him. He's just like, it's just like, he's from Texas. He's like, dude, it is.
Yeah, ever since Emmanuel played with Peyton Manning, he's like, I'm only playing with Peyton, Breeze, Brady. That's it. He's like, no one else. He's like, I don't want to take a risk on anyone else. He wants that veteran. He wants to get him that ring.
Yeah, those veteran wideouts. I mean, they got to go with veteran QBs. I remember me and Andre Johnson talking about that because he went to Tennessee, but he went with Mariota. And I was like, man, Mariota just wasn't there. He was trying to get to a veteran QB, but Emmanuel, like, people gonna really see how good. Like, Mike is good, but Emmanuel gonna be open like crazy. I know he know him and I both know. He's better than Mike. Mike gets a lot of targets, but Mike's not better than Emmanuel.
I agree with that. It's like what you're saying though. It's like a lot of the top receivers in the league. What people go by is the stats, but people don't take into consideration the targets. They don't take into consideration the route running, the footwork, and all of that. And like obviously, like the offense that they're in. Like Michael Thomas gets targeted 152 times a year. So obviously he's gonna have or like more than that. But obviously he's gonna get production. But like those guys, like the underdogs, kind of like Devontae Adams, like you touched on earlier, Chris Sims' list. I don't even think Devontae Adams was in the top 10.
Yeah. Keenan Allen wasn't even. I don't know. Keenan was on there. Like, was he on there?
I think he was like 8.
I'm like, so you got AJ Green. Like, nope. Mike, I'm cool, Mike. There's so many of them that they would leapfrog past, especially them two. Like, I'm telling you, I trained Slay, I trained Xavier Howard, I trained Joe Hayden, Jonathan Joseph, and you ask all 4 of them top DBs. Those are all top DBs. Who was the hardest one to cover? And they say Keenan Allen, Keenan and Devontae. Keenan and Devontae, they all say that. Every last one of them. They're not blazing speed, but their short area quickness, the release quickness, and the separation that they get off the top of the routes is amazing. Nobody's bothering when they're so sudden. It's unreal. But Chris just, I think he's just going by, stats. Well, I don't know, because AJ Green was on it. I'm like, AJ didn't even play, or did he?
Yeah,
He's going for clicks. He just wants people to read his name and see his picks, and everybody go, "Oh my goodness!" Because those receivers half the time, like Keenan and all them, they're getting doubled. They don't get any production. You can't. They throw it up the top for Mike Thomas. He's taller than everybody. He jumps higher. He's gonna get the ball.
Yeah. He's gonna get a lot of He's gonna get a lot of ball thrown to him. And it's kind of like, who's on y'all's team? This is gonna be a healthy Sanu, but Jacoby Myers, when he came in, I was like, hold up, bro. I think Patriots made the wrong decision. They should have got Jacoby first round instead of Jacoby came in there understanding. Like, I'm like, okay, like Edelman. So Nikhil needs that part of that game. Jacoby got some short area quickness. He got wiggle. He's gonna be another one, man, because he came alive this year. Y'all played the Texans. I was watching right at the game, and they had on the big screen. I could see Tom Brady saying, "Guys aren't getting separation." He kept saying that they're not getting separation. Sanu was kind of like, I don't know. You could tell he was kind of hurt. But Jacoby Myers was getting separation. I think he had a few drops. I
think that game Myers ran one wrong route, and Brady yelled at him on the sidelines towards the end of the second quarter, and it was just like and then he wants to eliminate him. But touching on Myers, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I was big on Myers when he came out of NC State. No one even knew who he was really around here in New England last year during it. But usually it's the quarterback wide receiver, that transition. So I believe that Myers had more of an understanding for the game. But like you touched on, like Myers, when he's on that field, he's gonna make plays, and he needs to get targets. That's really all it is.
Yeah. He just gotta get target. And Julian gonna do his thing this year too. Y'all gonna be those guys are gonna be fine this year. Cam got some weapons, running backs are straight, defense is good, of course. We got great coaching, so it's crazy what you can, what a team can do when you got a quarterback that has a
hungry attitude.
Hungry attitude. And Cam knows what he got to do. You're in New England, dude. All they know is win. So, I know how it is, man. Like, the fans can turn on you just like that. Like, I get heat from fans. Like, if I don't put enough if somebody finds out that somebody's working with me, and I don't put the workout videos up, I get hell from fans. I'm so used to it now. I'm like, God damn, them fans, especially Eagles fans, man, and them and Steelers fans, they're the saltiest. God, when Le'Veon left, I'm like, Le'Veon didn't play. They were blaming me. Like, I'm like, man, hold up.
Especially the Eagles wide receivers last year. They're like, why aren't you working out? What's his name? Greg Ward and all those guys. They had absolutely, I felt bad. They had absolutely nothing going for them last year on the offensive side of the ball. Either one of those teams.
Yeah, they went and got a lot of speed. Marquise and Jalen Rager. They got a lot of speed on offense. Jesus. And then three of the guys in the secondary I work with, and I got one rookie with Slay, Nick Coleman, and then Rasul Douglas. So, those guys will be, those are huge additions, especially Slay and Nick and then you got Rasul, who've been working all off season. So, I work with all them boys, man. So they're gonna they're gonna be good defensive side of the ball. Offense they should be as well, I imagine. I'm sure Carson's been working, but y'all divisions. I got 3 guys on the Chiefs, I think. Yeah, I got two Chiefs guys, players.
You got Hardman, the other one. Yeah, Hardman went to the best team possible. That was a ridiculous draft pick by the Chiefs last year. There could not have been a better spot for him than Kansas City.
Yeah, and D Williams, he plays running back, man. And I was gonna get Jannard Avery. He's good friends with Frank Clark, and I'm cool with Frank. I know the agent and stuff, so I'm gonna work with Frank Clark before they started. So they're not gonna. I'm not sure when they're gonna report to veterans, but I may be getting in with Frank before the season starts.
Right, so that'll be a good one too.
Yeah, he's freaking animal, man. He's an animal. Yeah, he's good. Very good D lineman. So, yeah.
Have you ever worked out with Stephon Gilmore? Because I know Gilmore's game has improved, and I know that you've worked out with some Patriots guys. And like Gilmore is one of those guys that we touched on that said like Devontae Adams, Keenan Allen, one of the best route runners in the game. So just curious if you've ever worked out with him before.
No, Gilmore actually works out with Dre Bly.
Oh, does he?
Actually, he's a cornerback coach at University of North Carolina. Stephon went to South Carolina, but Coach Bly played in the NFL for a long time.
He played for the Lions, right?
Yeah. I talk to him all the time. He likes a lot of the high school kids that I train. So that's where Gilmore works out with him a lot. I see some videos of them you guys training. I used to have Eric Rowe on y'all's team. Work with Eric.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eric.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, Eric would have been better at safety.
You think so?
Y'all. At safety, yeah. He's a cornerback.
Especially during that Super Bowl versus the Eagles, they could have used him at safety rather than cornerback covering Alshon.
Yeah. Because Eric, he got great speed, good length, and he got a good. He can do smart. But Alshon had on his mind that game, I guess. I don't know, man. Yeah, it might have been contract year or something for Alshon because it was bullying. Oh, So, but I think it's maybe hit on the page. Make sure I ain't got nobody else. Yeah, let me make sure because sometimes I'll be watching the game and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to train so and so. You know what I mean? Like,
there's probably a few guys on the Patriots that you've definitely worked out that you're like, oh man, he's on the path. I didn't even, you work out so many people, you can't track all where they go. I mean, you go from high school, college. Hard to keep track of everyone you actually work out.
And even in my pro guys, because I do everything by position. So my pro guys, I still have, I have, like, for instance, a day at work with me will be 12 o'clock. I might have Ibra. Then at 1 o'clock, I'll have Kendall Sheffield, plays corner for Atlanta. I have Rasul. I might have Alani Johnson, corner from Texas. And then, at 12-1. Then at 2 o'clock, I might not do anything. 3 o'clock, I might do anything. 4 o'clock, I'll have Courtney, CeeDee, wideouts. And I have, just everybody from different teams. I have some guys from Redskins. It's crazy. So one day, like me and my wideout coach, D, I had my DBs out there. I think he had 4 of the wideouts. So he had like Redskins, Colts player, Broncos, Eagles. And I had like one of my boys from Texans, Atlanta, Eagles. I mean, it was just like, and they kind of start talking, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just all started kind of talking because the football kept going our way. Somebody was dropping it. I don't know who it was. But after a while, my DB dudes are going to let them know.
So I know, you're going to line them up for nice solid competition, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was like, damn, we got some division rivals out here because with the Eagles and the Eagles and the Redskins. Mm-hmm. We got 2 Redskins players. But it's just funny listening to them guys just go at it.
Chirping at it back and forth.
Yeah. All fun and games and stuff, but you can tell at that time they're probably like they were being serious. They're ready to play, man. That's the thing. All these guys are all ready to play ball. So I can't wait, man. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to, we've been putting a lot of work, so we're trying to put all this stuff to use.
Absolutely. Sean, you got any other questions?
I'm all set on this end.
All righty, man. Well, we don't want to hold up too much of your time because obviously you grind from probably 6 a.m. in the morning up until 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I kind of started out on mid-morning, and then so Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are all dedicated to my pro guys. Mm-hmm. And if they got to do Saturday, Sunday, I do that too. But and then Tuesday, Thursdays, like Saturdays, are usually like my high school kids. All my college kids are already back at school. Majority of our pro guys are gone, so now the most of them I have here are like the Texans. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But I got some kids I'm about to work with here in about 45 minutes. Yeah, man, but hey, y'all, I do a lot of these, man. So anytime y'all got questions about anybody,
absolutely, I'd be more than happy to have you on, man.
Yeah, it was great talking to you.
Oh, no problem, man. Thank y'all guys.
I appreciate it, brother. Have a good one, man.
Oh, you too. Y'all too. Y'all take care.
Thank you.
All right, later.